Mr. Trump was also asked about his business and potential conflicts of interest. The president-elect once saying in the campaign, if elected, I couldn't care less about my company, it's peanuts. Here's ABC's chief investigative correspondent, Brian Ross.
With growing concerns tonight about how he continues to push his business ventures, Donald Trump told the New York Times, the law is on my side. The president can't have a conflict of interest. But throughout the campaign, Trump had pledged to leave his business empire behind.
If I become president, I couldn't care less about my company.
Yet in the 2 weeks since the election, Trump has taken the time to meet with the Indian developers of 2 Trump towers in their country, who posted this picture and then took it down. He complained to a British politician about eyesore wind turbines near his Scottish golf course. And he's boasted his brand is now hotter than ever. His daughter Ivanka's jewelry company tried to cash in on her appearance on 60 Minutes to sell her line of $10,000 bracelets. Since then, Trump has included his daughter in a meeting with the Japanese Prime Minister as she prepares to take over his company, which already has been seeking deals in Asia. Trump defended that today, saying, if it were up to some people, I would never, ever see my daughter Ivanka again. Trump has investments or deals in at least 18 countries around the world. Now some of his own advisors fear the president-elect is already creating conflicts.
You're going to have foreign entities, foreign governments offering sweetheart deals in the hope of favorable action from the President of the United States.
And today there are new questions whether Trump, as president, would take actions to help a huge German bank which has loaned him more than $300 million. Trump used the money to buy the Doral golf course in Florida and build hotels in Chicago and his new one in Washington. But Deutsche Bank is also now the target of 2 major investigations by the U.S. Department of Justice, facing a possible $14 billion settlement which could imperil the bank and affect Trump's loans. Senator Richard Blumenthal, a Democrat, is calling for a special prosecutor to make sure the Justice Department does not back down.
There's a clear conflict of interest between Donald Trump's personal business interests and his public duties, in fact, his public trust.
Not for Donald Trump, who said today, in theory, I could run my business perfectly and then run the country perfectly, adding, there's never been a case like this.
Brian Ross is with us tonight, and the president-elect said something more to the New York Times. In fact, he said the law is totally on my side here.
Well, that's right, David. There is no law that specifically requires the president to give up his business or put it in a blind trust. Trump says he'd like to do something to address ethics issues, but he also seems to be suggesting that he could continue to be involved with his business in some limited way, and there's nothing legally to prevent him from doing that, David.
The scrutiny that comes when you're elected president. Right. Brian Ross tonight. Thank you.